Developing tonight, we're going to take you out to Buffalo's Central Terminal, where Investigative Post has some new reporting now on the proposed affordable housing project there. The Central Terminal Restoration Corporation previously put the price tag for 90 to 110 affordable apartments at $80 million. But Investigative Post says that has grown, with the per apartment cost possibly approaching $900,000. Much more than the vast majority of recent development projects. Now, there are plenty of critics of this current plan, as I heard today when I talked with Investigative Post reporter Adam Smith-Perez. He spent more than a month digging into this story.
Adam, thanks so much for walking us through this. I mean, the $80 million price tag here was pretty high from the get-go. To find out that it's likely going to be higher than that, I mean, how did you come across this, and what's sort of been the reaction to that?
Yeah, well, I just want to clarify that the $80 million price tag was a conceptual estimate, the developer tells me. And oftentimes with these affordable housing projects that rely on a number of different tax credits, these numbers change quite frequently. But given the extensive amount of remediation that this building is going to require, and the fact that construction costs are going to rise, interest rates are going to rise, there are all these factors that point to the reality that 80 million is just the beginning of the number that we're looking at. And my own reporting at looking at public records shows that we actually don't know how bad the environmental damage is. They haven't been able to get into one of the buildings, in fact, because the asbestos that it contained was so extreme that inspectors couldn't even figure out what they needed to do with it. Not to mention they haven't hired a contractor yet. So there are a lot of unknowns, but nothing is getting cheaper in our construction landscape and market. So those are some considerations and some concerns that I've been hearing from my sources.
You talk to some folks who work in this space, who follow these types of deals. I mean, they seem to be pretty skeptical that this can move forward with these realities that you've laid out.
Yeah, so it's funny because there are some developers who understand that affordable housing is sort of a misnomer these days. It's becoming more and more expensive since the low-income housing tax credit program was created in 1986. And as we continue adding these policy goals that I mentioned, costs are continuing to skyrocket. But specifically nonprofit affordable housing developers that are saying, this amount of money, this way of doing things, this is not the most cost-effective way to build more units. I know from sources that I spoke to for this story that we have a baseline unmet need for affordable housing, and we need several thousand more affordable units. 90 to 110 units at this expenditure is what many have told me a waste of tax dollars, and it's not going to resolve Buffalo's housing crisis effectively.
Finally, you compared the finances of this project as we know them now to some other recent development projects. And the numbers are pretty staggering. I mean, I know there are a couple of BMHA projects that are also pretty expensive on a per apartment basis, but I mean, this is up there.
Yeah, so the other projects don't rely on low income housing tax credits largely, which is another indicator that that system most likely needs to be reformed in some way to make the spending a little bit more effective to build more units. A lot of these cheaper projects were done on greenfield properties, which means they could start building right away, as opposed to a brownfield property, which requires very expensive environmental remediation, not to mention a number of regulations that they need to abide by. So that being said, there are also adaptive reuse projects, meaning projects that were rehabilitations of historic buildings, for example, and they were done at a significantly cheaper cost. But again, it's all depending on a number of things that are, to be fair to the terminal, out of their control. We've got tariff prices that are impacting costs. We still have unknowns as to how interest rates are going to be affected in the coming years, how inflation will impact costs, construction costs, materials costs. Everything I mentioned in the article still remains to be seen, but we just know it's not going to get any cheaper in our market.
Yeah, I know you spent weeks trying to get to the bottom of this and looking into it. We appreciate you sharing the reporting. You can go to investigativepost.org to read more. Adam, thank you.
Thank you, Michael. It's been a pleasure.